Baylor and TCU more than dropped the ball. They put naming Texas' oldest rivalry in the hands of some student government nerds. I myself was a 3-time class officer at Baylor, 2-time class president, 1-time vice president. Ran unopposed one time, twice maybe. And I can tell you this, there's some goofy dudes in student government. And we passed the torch to those guys to create a rivalry name that stinks. They're calling it the Bluebonnet Battle. And I know what you're thinking. Isn't it already the Revivalry? Which is funny because there's like the revival side of it in 2 kind of Christian schools. One school Christian, one school less so. And there's the rivalry is revived as well, from when they had to hide it. And there are levels to this. This is good Revivalry. There's a logo for it. Baylor.edu has already endorsed it. They have posts about it. Nope. And we're not even going to reference the fact that we've thrown away an entire rivalry name. Now, I don't think the Baylor and TCU is to the level of the Red River Rivalry or the Holy War, Paul Bunyan's axe. Couldn't even tell you who plays in Paul Bunyan's axe, by the way. Maybe Wisconsin, Minnesota. I can tell you this, though. There was already a name for it. What if tomorrow they said, hey, look, BYU, Utah, the student government people got together, and they decided we're going to change the name of your rivalry and create a trophy out of paper mache. That is baffling. To me, it shows a lack of respect. This is real. I'm being legit about this. It shows a lack of respect to alumni, to students. You didn't incorporate the voice of the public. You didn't let them vote. You just said, hey, here's what we're going to call this age-old rivalry, the oldest rivalry in Texas, the longest continually played rivalry in the state of Texas. This 1 year of electorate student government group, we're going to name it. There you go. Dude, just do a damn time capsule. Do a damn time capsule like everybody else does and open it in 50 years. No, student government did our part. They unveiled the trophy. That didn't go over very well. Then Baylor. So here's just some wild pieces to unpack here. Baylor, the official Baylor account, won't post about it. They won't do it. They won't do it. TCU's official account posted about it and got fired, roasted. There were like 15 retweets, 150 quote tweets. And if you know Twitter, that's not a good thing. Cyclone Larry got in on the action. I was vehement. This is my own personal Super Bowl. What are we doing with this? I don't understand how, I think it's a lack of knowledge of history, right? To call it the Bluebonnet Bowl as well, because you got Revivalry, which adds in a fun little twist for each school. Bluebonnets grow everywhere, right? North Texas could play SMU, and that'd be the Bluebonnet Bowl. Why? Because Bluebonnets exist. I don't know. That's exactly the same reasoning they have for calling this the Bluebonnet Bowl. Guess how many times I've driven to a Baylor TCU football game and seen Bluebonnets? 0. Absolutely 0. The same amount of times that I've kissed a girl. Because they don't grow in the fall. This has nothing to do. I was in the Zoom call when we did a Zoom call press conference with the student government members from both schools, and they drugged the head coaches into this. 2 head coaches who are going through terrible seasons, who need to be at the whiteboard right now. And they put them in this meeting with a bunch of kids and the athletic directors. Best part, they open up the press conference. TCU kid goes, hello, everyone. Glad to have you all here. Sadly, our director of athletics, Jeremiah Donati, could not join us today. I wonder why. He has better things to do. There's paint to watch dry. And then nobody's going to ask him a tough question. So I finally spoke up and said, why? Why wouldn't you just call us a Revivalry? It's already got a name. And the kid was like, yeah, well, we thought about making it unique to both schools. No, you didn't. And then he said, I'm from Texas and I saw bluebonnets on the side of the road growing up. Okay. I see dead armadillos all the time. We don't call it the Dead Armadillo Bowl. I see coyotes. Hell, Coyote Bowl would have been way cooler than this. What about the Kalachi Kerfuffle? There are so many better names than what they went with. Now, again, the official TCU accounts posted about this. Baylor did not. When Nikki Collin, the Baylor basketball coach, opened her press conference today, she said, the Bluebonnet Battle doesn't sound real tough. When Dave Aranda was asked about it, he chuckled. The nicest man on earth giggled at your silly little idea to change history. He giggled and said, I see why they did it. It's a beautiful depiction. It just is interesting when you consider it with football. Bluebonnets don't fire me up for anything. When Baylor student government posted about it, it's so obvious. There are like 15 positive comments and 100 negative comments. All the 15 positive comments are, go StuGov, yes StuGov, let's go, slay, queen. And if you click on those profiles, on student government. They're all the ones that were told to do that by the student government. Do you remember who did you hate the most? I was one of these people. I was in student government. I looked around the room and was like, oh my gosh. It was usually not a very cool group of people. And you were probably in school and you're like, oh, the false sense of power those kids have. I was one of those people. And we're letting them name a whole bowl game? Not good. Not good. Dave Aranda saying it's interesting when it's mixed with football. There was already a name for this. It was the Revivalry. Nobody's going to call it the Bluebonnet Bowl. And maybe you're mad at me. You're like, oh, this guy's he's dogging on these kids, man, who put so much time and effort. If I spend 4 months writing an 80-page thesis and the thesis sucks, the thesis sucks. It doesn't matter how much effort I put in there. If my thesis is stupid, my thesis is stupid. Just because you put in effort doesn't make it good. No one's going to call this the Bluebonnet Battle. It is bad. And there should have been some sort of checks and balances. The alumni should have been able to vote. Somebody should have been in on this to help name it. I can only hope that Baylor wins the trophy, accidentally drops it, and breaks it everywhere. Though it might not break, many are saying it's paper mache. Seriously? All of the flack it's getting is warranted. National flack and attention, it's warranted. There's already a name. Create a trophy. That's great. Don't rename it something stupid generic that has no bearing on the actual matchup. Oh, we're going to name it the Bluebonnet Bowl because there are bluebonnets in this state. Great. What? That does that no kind of representation of the schools of the matchup at all. None of that. I would rather just call it Baylor TCU at this point. God. You know, I got a shot in the butt. I did. I got a shot in the butt. I was feeling better. Now I'm sick again. Now I'm sick again because of this. And my poison ivy's flaring up. The Bluebonnet Battle, that's bad and silly. And whoever did it shouldn't anymore. Take it away. Baylor hasn't posted about it. They won't recognize it. I hope not. Get another shot in the butt now. This has been, it always will be. I told you today I'd be fired up. Hopefully I'm better tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Locked on. Thank you for making it your first listen every single day. Dose Grande.